While people here mourn and draw strength, some are also questioning whether police really did all they could, as year after year, face after face disappeared from the city's LGBT community.
I just don't understand how. I know we have a very good police force here in Toronto, in Canada, but I don't understand how it took so long. First, it was not a killer, and then it seems to be a killer. At this time, we don't know who to blame, you know. I don't want to blame the cops, but there is a problem here.
There are 5 victims of accused serial killer Bruce McArthur. As the community braces for more revelations, Ron Charles takes a look at the state of that strained relationship between Toronto's LGBT community and its police.
LGBT community advocate Nikki Ward has complained about the way police initially handled disappearances now alleged to have been the work of an accused serial killer.
At the time, back in 2010, we knew something was up and we asked for action.
Ward says police failures don't end there.
Whether it is a question of LGBT bias or just merely mechanical competency issues is open to debate, because it's not just this serial killer, the case that's been mishandled, it's also the case of Tess Ritchie and Alora Wells, which are still outstanding, and their killers are still at large.
Disappointed with the police response, Tess Ritchie's mother searched for her daughter and found her body at a construction site in the village. Alora Wells was a young transgender person whose decomposing body was found near a tent in a ravine. Police refused to take her father's missing person report, and so it was months before her body could be identified. Toronto Police Chief Mark Saunders admitted more could have been done in those cases. The force's LGBT community liaison officer deals with the mistrust in the community firsthand.
The reality is these conversations never ended. The bulk of them haven't been in the last 6 months, right? If not longer. And every time I go out and have a conversation, it's not necessarily just about the investigation. There's layers to this conversation, which I totally recognize, and the sensitivities around that. And those are conversations that we're going to continue with the community.
Toronto's mayor acknowledged the community's concerns as he arrived for tonight's vigil.
The LGBTQ2S community is a wonderful part of our community who feel an element of frustration and fear, and we're going to have to deal with that over time. I'm sure we will, and tonight perhaps is a small beginning on that healing process.
Beyond the healing provided here, the mayor is setting up a meeting with LGBT community advocates in an effort to address that fear and frustration. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
That vigil tonight comes after a significant week for the McArthur investigation. First, McArthur was charged with 3 additional murders, bringing his total of alleged victims now to 5. Police openly said they are investigating a serial killer. They recovered dismembered remains from large planters. Forensic pathologists are actually examining around 15 planters that were identified by cadaver-sniffing dogs. And searchers are in the works at more than 30 properties across the city. So as the police dig into the missing person databases and the tips, and the forensic teams analyze all that DNA evidence, they have made no secret they do expect to announce more victims.